ToRaH GuArDiAN, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation. Shalom Yashar'el and Yahudah. Grafted Gentiles, strangers into the body of Mashiach. I'm going to take a quick moment to just reiterate something that I posted in reference to the oncoming separation, the ripping, the tearing, if you will, of intimate relationships that are counterproductive to the overall plan of Yahuah, right? You know, you may have a spouse that is believing. You may have a spouse that is not on the same level, right? But they're not resistant. They don't fight against you, right? They are not included in the idea of the ripping and the tearing, because the scripture says that how know you not, woman, or how know you not, man, that that individual will not be one? How do you know they won't be one, right? The ripping, the tearing comes with the obstinate, defiant people that you have intimate relationships with. And it's not just wives and husbands, it's fathers and daughters, it's daughters and mothers and sons and fathers and aunts and uncles and grandmothers and grandfathers, nieces and nephews. It goes on and on. Anybody that you have an intimate relationship with that is attached to Babylon, eventually there is going to be a tear. There's going to be something that pulls you apart. And Yahusha said, listen, it's going to happen whether you initiate it or not. Oh yeah, unless you initiate it or not, it's not going to change the outcome. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because there is a separation, right? And listen, if you so bought into the relationships that you have that they become so much more important than YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH, yeah, then the terror is going to be vicious for you, right? Because you are going to be delivered up, right? Because you haven't made the separation. You haven't created the tear. You haven't created that thing that you know that you need to let go of, because they pull you in a totally different direction. They pull you in a direction that is contrary to the direction of YAHUAH HaMashiach. And because that's the case, right, you are going to be found unworthy, because if you choose to hold on to that more than you hold on to the relationship that comes through Hamashiach, he who has redeemed you through his blood, Yahuwah, has predestined this relationship for you through faith in Hamashiach. He has established this covenant, this agreement, this contract, if you will. He's made it in blood, the blood of YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH. He sealed it with his Torah of truth, and he's giving you the Ruach HaKodesh that is to set you apart, right? To cause you to understand and to walk in emunah, walk in faith and walk in righteousness. But you have to understand that, listen, there's a tearing that's coming. There's a tearing that's coming. There's tearing that's coming. There's a tearing. There's a ripping. There's a separation. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Because it has to come. Yahusha said, unless you are willing to let mother, father, sister, brother, aunts, uncles, cousins go for my name's sake, right? And I'm talking about his name, YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH. I'm not talking about his name, Jesus, and his name, Lord. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about walking with YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH, right? walking in a covenant with Yahuah by YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH. I'm talking about receiving his engrafted ToRaH, the ToRaH made flesh, and allowing that ToRaH made flesh to bring life to you, to strengthen and empower you to be witnesses. And in that process, there is a separation, there's a tearing, there's a renting, if you will. And you know why it's a tear? Because you're so attached to these people. You're attached to these people. And these people aren't necessarily now your mother and your brother, your father and your sister. These people aren't necessarily the people that Yahuah has ascribed to you for an eternal family. So it's a tear. Some of y'all gonna want to hold on to these people. You ain't gonna want to let go, but the tear is going to cause it to happen because Yahusha said that they are going to come against you if you continue to take this awakened stand, this stand for truth and righteousness, this stand for faith in the ToRaH and the commandments and in YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH. There's a tearing, there's a ripping, there's a separation, there's a and it's going to be, it's violent. It's not violent because you're going to be punching and hitting and fighting. It's violent because you got to literally tear yourself away from some things and some people. You know, I'm more Malachi talking about, he would say, you got to let Big Mama go. Because Big Mama don't mean you no good, right? Big Mama trying to keep to get you to sit down and eat pork chops. And come over for Christmas dinner and Easter and Halloween. Listen, you're going to have to tear yourself from people, from the way they think, the way they are. I got people right now that I just don't deal with. I don't deal with them like on that intimate level anymore. I just don't. I mean, I had to tear myself away from them before it happens to the place where Yahuwah uses them to bring me to an open shame. No, I will not. I'm going to take the initiative myself. I'm going to separate myself. I'm going to tear myself. I'm going to rent myself from people. Rent myself from them. Listen, I love my mama. I love my sisters. Listen, but I'll rent myself. I love my kids, but I'll rent myself. Oh, yeah. From anything and everything that's trying to pull me away from YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH in this foolishness, this ridiculousness of this world system and belief. I'm not doing it. 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 I come to this job to lay my life down because Yahushua gave me this job. Actually, Yahuwah made me take this job. He told me to take it, and I fought him. I resisted. But he did it for a reason, because he is using it to keep me. I ain't got to worry about nobody or nothing coming against me. I have emunah. Listen, the weapons of my warfare aren't carnal. I don't care how many of these I got. The weapons of my warfare are not carnal. I don't care how many rounds I have. The weapons of my warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty through Yahuwah to the pulling down of strongholds. That's the tearing. Righteousness will cause the tear. You won't worry about things. So listen, man of y'all, woman of y'all, I just needed to just clarify. And it's only for some people. It's not for all people. You know, because some people going to read it and they gonna think, oh, well, that's what I meant. There's a tearing coming. And it's a separation from people. People who do not have any intentions on righteousness. They're going to want to live the way they want to live, right? They think that living their best life is living for today, right? Living and doing everything you could do today to make your life a success. What? You can't make your life a success. Yahuwah has to make you a success when you submit to him. Now, Hasatan will deal you some cards that will pull you into the system that will cause you to be blinded so you won't see the truth. And if that happens, oh well, you stuck like Chuck. Stuck like Chuck. You hear me? But to the righteous who walk in Emunah, who trust in Yahusha, we know that there is a tear. He said it was going to happen. And you got to be willing to let it happen, to cause the separation. He said it's going to happen. He said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. He said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Listen, if he said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Make no mistake about it. So man of y'all, woman of y'all, listen. This is a word of exhortation. A word of exhortation. A word of exhortation. Listen, he's going to separate you. You might want to separate yourself. And when he causes the separation, it may be to your embarrassment. It may be to your shame. Because you want to hold on to them. You want to hold on to people. You want to hold on to situations. You want to hold on to past. You better let that stuff go. You better let the tear come. You better let the rip come. You better let the separation come. And embrace it. Embrace the separation. Embrace the fact that, you know what? You ain't kicking it like you used to kick it at the family picnics. You ain't rolling like that no more. Because you have been torn. You have been ripped. You have been separated. So, man of y'all, woman of y'all, the word that Yahuwah gave me, I pray that it brings life to you. That you would recognize and hear the ToRaH in the name of YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH. YAHUAH, I pray that the words that I speak will be spirit and life. YAHUAH, may I have never said anything or that would cause someone to stumble because of untruth. Because of it being not the truth. But YAHUAH, I don't ever want to cause nobody to stumble from the truth. I do not ever want to cause anyone to err from the truth. So I pray in the name of YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH that your Ruach HaKodesh would take this word and that it would not fall on deaf ear and that it would be received in the spirit of truth. In the name of YAHUSHA HA'MASHIACH. Man of y'all, woman of y'all, I hope this bless you. And with that I say, shalom, shalom, shalom.
ToRaH GuArDiAn, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation.